More like all too unwell. I'm sorry, I'm just scared. Hello, everyone. My name is Thomas, if you do not know me already, aka Unicorn of War. This is a little bit outside my usual stuff. The only Taylor-related thing I've done before is like the preview for my folklore video. And the folklore video itself has been taking forever. But I figured I really want to do some kind of Taylor content. And what do you know? The new version of Red is coming out. So why not do reaction commentary videos discussing how this woman's lyricism wounds my soul, or lack thereof. She made me feel like I had a soul, and I appreciate that. Especially because I myself am a writer, and when I was first introduced to Taylor's music, I really appreciated. Her songs are basically just a masterclass in storytelling. I never thought it was possible to deliver such a well-written, tight, emotional story through a song until her. And now I'm like, I get it, man. And people wonder why folklore is my favorite. But today, we're going to be talking about the infamous All Too Fucking Well. It's not actually called that, but it might as well be. The 10-minute version. Now, for those of you who don't know, All Too Well is quite possibly Taylor's best written and saddest song ever. My Tears Ricochet might fight that a little bit. Personally, I prefer My Tears Ricochet, but you know. But originally, the song was 10 minutes long. And Taylor said she herself was like, that's unreasonable for people to like sit through a 10-minute song, which we all would though. But like, we all know it was Big Machine. Fuck you, Scott. Scott knows what he did. That's a story for another time. But she had to cut it down to 5 minutes. But now, with the new version of Red that she owns, she has decided to re-record everything, including that original 10-minute version of All Too Well. And we have finally heard it. And ow. So today I'm going to be going through the song. I'm going to be giving my commentary on my thoughts on the lyrics, my emotional reactions. I have heard the song already. When I listen to a song for the first time, I want it to be a very solitary experience to like let myself sit with it, give myself time to process it, and then I can share my thoughts on it. That's how I usually am with most media. So yeah, will this be as eloquent as I hope it will be? Clearly not, but I hope it's fun for y'all. Okay, I have the lyric video up. Side note, can we just appreciate her lyric videos and just chef's kiss in artistry? These are gorgeous to look at. They're art in and of themselves, and I love the emphasis that they put on the lyrics. I feel like they really help the idea that these are stories in song form. And with the 10-minute version of All Too Well specifically, we get to see Taylor singing in the booth herself the whole way through. And I love that. It makes it feel way more personal. You can see the emotion as she's singing. There's a little bit of hand gestures here and there. I have no idea if she has any Italian ancestry, but as Italian trash myself, I'm willing to believe. I'm willing to believe. Let me have this. Anyway, we shall begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Ooh, and it's slowly winding up. I actually really like that the production between the two different versions of All Too Well is different, because it doesn't feel like you're just listening to an extended version. It feels like you're getting a whole new song. Here we go.
Left my scarf there at your sister's house, and you still got it.
Her vocals, oh, they're so good. I feel cold listening to this. That motherfucking scarf. That motherfucking scarf. The only warmth is now gone. Don't sing along challenge.
Autumn leaves falling down like pieces into place.
Oh, like pieces into place. So it goes. But it's also dying, like the autumn leaves, into forever winter. Side note, I'm cold.
And I might be okay, but I'm not fine at all.
Oh, she can't even muster the energy to go like, I'm fine, it's fine. I remember it all too well. I have already failed. Okay, pause. Actually, that's perfect, because right about here, she knocks you the fuck, she sucker punches you with new lyrics. No one expected it. But I really want to talk about why these specific lyrics I feel really do a great job with the story she's telling. Photo album on the counter, your cheeks were turning red. Used to be a little kid with glasses in a twin-size bed, and your mother's telling stories about you on the t-ball team. You told me about your past, thinking your future was me. First of all, ow. Second, this is actually something a lot of writers struggle with, and that they learn as they get older. I heard this piece of advice from a fellow writing YouTuber, Shaylin Writes, shout out. But something that makes writing a lot stronger and a lot more resonant with people is specificity. And that is something Taylor has always excelled in. I forget who this is from, but there's a saying that through the specific lies the universal. These specific images of the stories that are being told about the person that Taylor was with, a moment shared with the family, the idea that these two pasts are being shared in such a wholesome way because they think that they're going to be together forever. These specific things, these specific images and feelings they put you in her shoes. They make you feel the love and the hope and the optimism that she feels, which makes it hurt all the more knowing it's going to get ripped away and that it's going to crumble. It's why her lyricism has always been so strong. One of the reasons, the specificity, because a lot of writers will tend to be very vague, like, oh, I loved you and then you left me, but they're not really specific about the events behind those things, the reasons, the motivations. Taylor really does, her songs really paint this picture of characters with motivations and backstories, and that's especially clear in folklore. But she's always excelled in that. She's only gotten better. And I feel like Red specifically really excelled in this kind of storytelling, which is why it has been a fan favorite for so long. This song especially really goes ham on specificity and getting you engrossed in the story. And I love it. I aspire to her storytelling prowess. He's gonna say it's love, you never called it what it was. I paused there for the record, for future editing self to make life easier. You never called it what it was. That line. Ooh, that line gets me. I'm broken inside. So we were dead and gone and buried. Check the pulse and comeback swearing. It's the same. After 3 months in the grave, and then you wondered where it went to as I reached for you, but all I felt was shame, and you held my lifeless frame. Oh, there's so much to unpack here. It's, look what you made me do. You made me die of pain. That's what you made me do. This idea that he knows that they're in love. What they have is passionate, but he doesn't call it what it is. He doesn't commit to her. He doesn't value her. He doesn't appreciate her. And that leads to the relationship dying. And she's clearly limp. She can't function because she's wondering why he's done this. And then he comes back and he's like, why isn't this working? Why are you not, why am I holding your lifeless frame? Why are you not here with me right now? And it's because, motherfucker, because you left, you let it die, and then you come back months later expecting everything to be the same, and it's not. It's what the hell did you expect to come back to? Oh my god, this was worth the wait. This was worth the wait. This isn't even the most hurtful part. There was nothing else I could do to get what I needed to. I hate myself. Because there we are again in the middle of the night. We're dancing around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. Down the stairs, I was there. I remember it all too well. Again, specific images of times that they spent together at each other's houses. Late in the night, they're spending time together. They're doing dumb, cute stuff dancing around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. They're doing these cute little domestic things that we all dream of with the ideal relationship, which again makes it hurt worse when it's taken away because she's remembering those moments after it's gone and it's dead and buried, which makes us feel the pain with her. This woman, this woman really just said no mercy. Okay. Oh, and new lyrics. Oh, here we go. And there we are again when nobody had to know. You kept me like a secret, but I kept you like an oath. Sacred prayer, and we'd swear to remember it all too well. Is anyone else getting false god energy with the sacred prayer stuff? This religion, I forget the specific lyrics, but in Cornelia Street, the relationship she had in that song was likened to a religion. It's because that's how in love Taylor is when she falls for somebody. And I feel like that's how a lot of us are when we fall in love. It's this sacred prayer. It's like vowing to be with this person and to like always cherish what you have with them, which makes it hurt worse when that's not reciprocated like it is here. And especially like when nobody had to know, you kept me like a secret, but I kept you like an oath. He's keeping her a secret for whatever reason, either because he's embarrassed of her or he just doesn't think it's important. Because like when you have a partner and you're proud of that relationship, you want to be shown off a little bit. You want to get to know their friends, their family, you know, and you want them to get to know your friends and your family. Like it's a very important thing. So the fact that's not happening here is a bit of a red flag. What's that BoJack Horseman quote? Like, when you're wearing rose-colored glasses, all the red flags just look like flags. I have not watched BoJack Horseman, but I need to, clearly. But keeping you like an oath. Like, I am here for you. I will do anything for you. But you're keeping me like a secret. You are hiding me. You're hiding our love. Oh my God, this also has illicit affairs energy. What the? Her songs are their own universe. I swear to God. Also, can we appreciate the production, the instrumentation? It's so good. And there's so much atmosphere. Oh, it's so good. You can hear every instrument. The bridge. Oh, her voice crack. Oh, you can feel everything she's feeling as she sings. Okay, pause. Yeah, because there we get a whole slew of new lyrics. But I want to talk about this bridge. This bridge is iconic. When people think of All Too Well, they think of this bridge. And you call me up again just to break me like a promise, so casually cruel in the name of being honest. I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here because I remember it all. And in the original, it was All Too Well because that other part wasn't there. But let's just talk about this. And you call me up again just to break me like a promise. Like you said, you would always be here, forever and always energy. But you're telling me that it's over, that like we aren't a thing. And you say you're just being honest, but you're being very cruel. You're being very callous about like my feelings and what we had here. It's very telling. Like there's a way to deliver honest bad news in a way where you are also respecting that person's feelings. I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here. Wonderful fucking imagery. I don't know about you, but I'm getting images of her writing out all this stuff, like writing out her feelings, like through her songs, and then crumpling up and then tossing them away. It just like, I can't. I don't want anybody to see that. I hate it. It's bad. Not because it is bad, but because that's how you generally feel when you try to let out your feelings. You're like, oh, what's the point? Like, who cares? Like, I'm just overreacting and stuff. But like saying I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here, it gives me this vibe that she feels worthless to him, that she feels like easily forgotten and tossed away in this relationship with someone she cared about, with someone that she was madly in love with and was loyal to, and he returns that by just tossing her away when, you know, he gets bored and you see something else that's really shiny. Oh, the visceral pain in that. And I think that's something a lot of people can feel, can relate to. Like, who hasn't felt like that with someone that they really care about? Side note, I also forget where I heard this, but you can't choose how much you matter or how you are valued by other people. You basically just go where you're wanted. Go to places where people value you and want you around. Don't hang around and chase after people who are like this. Please know your value. Please love yourself because you're worth more than people like this.
They say all's well that ends well, but I'm in a new hell.
New lyrics to hurt us and cut us like a sword. Double crossed my mind. Betrayal. Treacherous. Pause. Oh my God. This one is specific to the relationship she was in. I will not utter his name because he does not deserve that. But with this person specifically, there was, I believe, an age gap, like a 10-year age gap. And that manifested in him probably infantilizing her a lot. There was a lot of mention of a lot of his friends who are his age who, like, talk down to her. Ooh. No.
That's what happened to you.
The moment I fucking knew, that's what happened. You. Okay. The idea of you had of me. Who was she? A never needy, ever lovely jewel whose shine reflects on you. Not weeping in a party bathroom, some actress asking me what happened to you. That's what happened to you. Oh my God, her lyrics read like poetry. They're prose. She's a pro at prose. I hate myself. But the idea you had of me, who was she? This is so common in relationships like this, where you realize you didn't fall for someone per se. You fell for the idea of this person. And she's reflecting on that. She fell for the idea of this guy, and he fell for the idea of her. And I feel like he was probably quick to see that the idea wasn't matching up to the reality, or the reality wasn't matching up to the idea. And that's why it was easy for him to check out, but she's still stuck here. Like, a never needy, ever lovely jewel whose shine reflects on you. That line! Oh my God. Because I can imagine it would be so cool saying, yeah, I'm dating Taylor Swift. I'm dating this popular singer, songwriter, musician who has sold millions and is loved by everyone until, their reputation, but just another time. But it's like you get validation from being with this person. You're not really in love with them. You see them almost as an accessory to raise yourself up with. Oh, God. Fucking hell. Not weeping in a party bathroom. The moment I knew reference. Goddamn. Because in that song, she talks about how her partner wasn't there for her 21st birthday when he promised he would be there. And it's like, what do you do when the most important person to you is the one who didn't show? What do you do when the person you love and you would do anything for and you would always be there with said he would be there with you through the most important moments of your life, and then he doesn't show? And then he just gives a half-assed apology later. Like, what do? You move the fuck on is what you do. But it's like, he can't even see what he's doing to her because he's really just not that interested in the reality of the situation, in her and how she feels. All to him, she is just this ever lovely jewel whose shine reflects on him. She is this thing that is raising him up. He's like, oh, I must be so awesome if, like, she likes me. Like, ugh. Oh, this part is also deeply offensive. Thank you, Chats and Reacts, Bonnie and Emily, for all this lingo. I use Superior on a daily basis now. It's supposed to be fun turning 21. Like, even her family, who were, like, charmed by this guy, are seeing he's not right for her. He is not doing what he's supposed to be doing, and she is hurt. She is so hurt and lost. Oh, I just want to hug her, man. Like, can you imagine, like, being that accomplished and being that loved by everyone, and yet the person you're with that you want to be there no matter what can't even be bothered to show up for your birthday? I don't know why nice people always attract such trash bags. I don't know. I'm just happy she has better now. And she knows her value. This would never happen again. Oh, and the lyric video shows the scarf and the branches. Oh, God, this woman. How is she real? Time won't fly. It's like I'm paralyzed by it. I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. After plaid shirt days and nights when you made me your own. Now you mail back my things and I walk home alone, but you keep my old scarf from that very first week because it reminds you of innocence and it smells like me. You can't get rid of it because you remember it all too well. First indication that he is also remembering it all too well. He must be feeling this pain too if she is feeling it this deeply. Hello, my tears ricochet. How are you today? But I think that's something a lot of people can relate to when they're out of relationships. I would like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. Because in a relationship, it is so easy to lose yourself in it. Especially if it was a very codependent relationship. You tend to enmesh your idea of yourself with this other person and what you have. So when it dies, when it's gone, who are you? What do you do? How do you move on from that? Because you're too busy remembering the plaid shirt days and nights when they made you their own. You're remembering the good times. You're remembering how you were always together, and now you're just kind of expected to move on and just be alone. Like, as they mail you back your things and you walk home alone. This woman was merciless. And that's why her music is so good. Because she's so vulnerable about the specifics of what she's been through. I feel like most people would be freaking mortified at the idea of sharing these things. They would be, because it's a very shameful thing to go through, to admit that, like, you feel these things. You just want to act like everything's okay and you're perfectly fine. But no, you're hurting inside, and these are all the reasons why. And that's why her music is so good, because it, in a way, it shows you you're not alone. Other people have felt this too. I have felt this too. And I'm going to tell you what I felt and how I got through it. And if you hear that from her, you think, okay, wow, I'm not alone, but also now I have a roadmap of how to get through it. And I know I will be okay just like she was okay. That's what good writing is. That is good writing. Like, that people can look at it and see bits of themselves in it, and that it can, through your own experiences, you can transform that into something that resonates with so many more people. It's like a mirror ball. It's like a mirror ball. How many Taylor references can I fit in this one video? Wow. Moving on. I'm also excited because there was a whole outro that had to get cut, and now we have it. We have the outro. I'm unwell. I'm all too unwell. The age gap. And maybe that's why he moved on, because she just wasn't his type anymore. He wanted someone younger, like way younger, and she didn't cut it anymore. That hurts. And also the thing of, I was never good at telling jokes. There's this acknowledgement in other songs like Begin Again, where her ex never found her funny, and she's confused as to why any of her new lovers would find her funny and like throw their head back laughing like a little kid, because he never thought I was funny. Oh, this woman. I'm a soldier who's returning half her weight. Pause. I have to pause there. I don't know if this is confirmed. Let me see what Genius says. Genius says on this line, I'm a soldier who's returning half her weight. That made me think of the Miss Americana documentary, where she talks about, for the first time, her struggles with like eating disorders and like wanting to just not eat at times, and how she can be triggered into that. Genius says, when soldiers return home from war, they can look malnourished or half their body weight. This trend has even inspired a military diet that claims to help people lose weight in a similar fashion. Swift's choice to liken the relationship to a war highlights how detrimental it truly was to her well-being. The other half of her weight could have been her partner, who she now has to live without. She described breakups in a similar fashion on her December 2020 track, Tolerated. Gain the weight of you, then lose it. It's also worth noting that Swift was struggling with an eating disorder around her Red and 1989 eras, and breakups can have a significant impact on people struggling with eating. All of that, yes. Yes. Thank you to everyone who contributed on that, because that is just a whole thing of truth right there. And again, it's this whole thing where, like, just one line can say so many different things. There's just, oh my god, I can't even imagine how long this video must be at this fucking point, because there's just so much to unpack in a good way. As a Sagittarius, I would like to just say, I claim Taylor, I do not claim her ex. Did the twin flame bruise paint you blue? Colors are obviously used a lot by Taylor in her imagery for specific emotions. Red was chosen for this era because it described the relationship she went through. Because red is the color of love and passion and fire, but it also carries a lot of negative emotions like anger, rage, pain. Even like the way fire can warm you, but it can also burn you if you're not careful while you're handling it. And that is the kind of love that she went through, like faster than the wind, passionate as sin. However, it left her burned. It hurt her, and eventually it burned away. Because like when a love is red, like a fire, it carries all of those things, both positive and negative, and then it burns out. And then it leaves you blue. It leaves you sad. It leaves you lonely and hurt, like, you know, a bruise. Like losing him was blue like I never known. Oh my God, this woman. And she's asking him, are you hurt like I am? Because this has to hurt you as bad or nearly as bad as it hurt me. But she will never get that answer. Oftentimes you don't. You don't get that answer when a relationship ends. You just have to assume. And even then you can't stay wondering about that forever. Because how else are you going to move on if you're stuck on that? Like, the thing is, like, you're never going to know what's going on in someone else's head. You can only trust people's actions and their patterns of behavior and make the choices that are best for yourself. And for her, that is leaving this shit behind and letting herself feel the pain, you know, process it, accept it, and then moving on to find something better. And yet at times she does remember things all too well. However, that's normal when you're moving on. Sometimes you will stumble. Sometimes you'll have relapses. And that's okay. That doesn't mean you will never get better. It just means you're human. And it hurts. You know, when you go through something like this, like when you go through any kind of pain, it always is kind of with you. And in some way, you just learn to get better at dealing with it. Like the fact that Taylor's therapy is her songwriting. And that is a beautiful thing art can do. It can turn all this awful shit that you've experienced and transform it into something people can love, but also something that helps you. It helps you process things. It helps you understand how you feel and help you work through it. And it helps you empathize with other people. Oh, it's so good. And then the rest is the outro. I'm not going to talk about that because that's a lot of recycled lyrics, but the vocals are gorgeous as it just fades out. Oh my God, the recording is like nearly 40 minutes. I can't imagine how this will look edited, but clearly this song holds a lot of weight, and that's just one song. That's one song out of her catalog. I love her work so much, and I am so happy for her that she's enjoying going back to her older eras that, you know, once held a lot of pain for her, and she's having fun with them. Like my friend sent me a few interviews that she's done, like with the release of the new version of Red, and she seems so happy and is talking so candidly about it, and I'm so happy for her. And that she owns this now. I can't believe it's a controversial statement to say that artists should own their own work. In what world is that controversial? Like, duh. Especially her. She wrote this shit at like, what? 21, 22?
It's miserable and magical, oh yeah.
I feel like she kind of deserves to own this, and now she does. Eat shit, Scott and Scooter. Eat shit. For those who don't know, basically, her old record label refused to sell back the masters to her work, and then sold them to someone who bullied her, and is kind of a piece of shit themselves. I will link a wonderful video that I saw yesterday. I forget who it was by. I wanna give them a shout out. So let me just check real quick. Jasmine Zaid. Yes, she explains. A lot of her videos are great, but specifically I enjoyed her videos on like the It Factor Taylor Swift, but the video I'm thinking about is Taylor Swift, Scooter Braun, and the importance of artist control. She just lays out the full story of Big Machine Records, how Taylor got involved with them, her feud with Scooter Braun, and how we got here to the re-recording era. And it's great. Please go check it out. It's wonderful. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope to make more Taylor videos in the future if y'all enjoy this. this has probably brought in a very different audience than normal, because normally I do videos on animation, like Ruby, Wings Club and stuff, but I was hoping to branch out a little bit more, shake it up, shake it off. Also, I want to mention real quick, I mentioned I am a writer, and my debut urban fantasy novel actually was just released, Diceneribus from the Ashes. It is set about 100 years into the future of our world. Wizards, magical creatures have been revealed to mankind at large, and it did not go well. So the story follows 18-year-old Felix Brasher, a fire magus whose father was very anti-magus and anti-sorcerer, anti-magic, and he disappeared one night in a mysterious blaze.
Suspicious. Keep an eye on him.
And now Felix is hoping to become a master sorcerer, but his goals seem to be fueled mostly on spite and anger and negativity, which is being fueled by creepy cult man in a mask, Vegas. He's very weird. So now Felix has to wrestle with whether or not this path is right for him. He learns who he is. He falls in dumb gay love because he is a bisexual disaster. It's a very wild ride. And if you want to check it out, links to pick up the book in ebook, paperback, and hardcover are in the description below. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Google Play, Apple Books, wherever you get your books. Or if you'd like to get a sample of it, you can read the first 4 chapters over on my author website. Picking up a copy, even the ebook copy, helps me out and the channel a lot, so I would really appreciate you checking it out. And also, if you do check it out, please leave an honest review wherever the book is available, because reviews also help books out in the algorithm as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed me losing my mind over the 10-minute version of All Too Well. And I think I might actually do videos for the rest of Red, which, oh god, those videos are gonna be behemoths. But yeah, gotta go cry now.